Hello there, I wanted to cover the basics of animation cancelling in Metal Gear Online 2, and we're starting in the cardboard box. And the cardboard box is going to be a reoccurring item in this tutorial, considering the sheer utility that it can provide. I think the most basic example of where animation cancelling is useful is when using the stun knife. So if you hold L1 and then press and hold R1, because if you tap it, you'll get the slashing animation, but you want this thrust instead. This thrust is an instant kill if the knife connects. In fact, I did the entire animation canceller just by sheer reaction, so whenever you do this animation, you can notice how the knife stabs and then it has to retract again. And you can see that I'm rotating my left stick. You notice whenever the knife begins to move, my character's locked into place and I can't move. The first way to animation cancel is after the knife is fully extended, is to switch weapon. And I can immediately begin moving. The second way is via the cardboard box in the same way, is to equip the box, to cancel the animation and begin moving. So normally when using the stun knife, it is impossible to stun them with R2 and then use R1 to stab. Like, even if you do it as early as possible, they'll hit the floor before it's possible to follow up. But using animation cancelling, it's actually possible to not only stun someone, but also kill them with the same knife before they hit the ground. Like so. This can make the effectiveness of the knife really, really strong if you use it in conjunction with just running up to someone in something like Team Sneak and catching them before they can move with the stun animation on R2, and then you can cancel it, and even if the knife misses, you can be incredibly mobile while just changing weapon or going into the box to begin moving immediately. And one other thing to note with animation cancelling is that when you're using weapons, like assault rifles, sniper rifles, shotguns, it applies to a lot of weapons, is that whenever you're reloading, you're not able to really do anything until the entire reload animation is finished. But you'll notice that there's a clicking sound from the gun when it's fully reloaded. And if you cancel out of the animation at that point, the bullets will go into the gun and you can cancel out of the animation before it finishes the rest of it. And there's actually a visual indicator for when you want to cancel it. Because if you look at the bottom right of the screen, you see how there's bullets missing from the clip of the gun. You can actually watch for the bullets going in, and then once you see them refill, that's the moment you want to switch out your weapon to cancel the reloading animation. And this is a variety of other uses as well, not only for reloading in the knife. So if you salute, you're locked in place and unable to move until the cooldown is fully finished. Like you can see I'm mashing to try and roll, and I have to finish this full animation before I'm able to move. But if I walk up to someone, let's say trying to get them with charm, just need to be a little bit closer. So they become charmed, box out, knife. So not only did I cancel out of the charm animation, I then immediately cancel the knife animation to stun and then kill. So considering how quick that was in comparison to if I let the full animation play out. They become stunned, I let the animation play out, then it's stunned, and then I try the knife. And it just misses because the knife isn't fast enough. So you can see just the sheer difference in speed by using this technique. So, we have changed character, we're now playing as the unique character, Raiden. And Raiden is a character where animation cancelling can get ridiculous. In the same way that the stun knife has a long recovery after the stab, Raiden's knife also has the same property after its lunge, which can be done the same way as the stun knife, where you press and hold the R1 button. So you notice that this takes a long time before Raiden's able to act, where you can do the stab and then cancel off a knife with a box. Now Raiden cannot cancel this by changing weapon. You'll notice I'm actually tapping R2 as the weapon is coming back, but it's not changing. But it can be done with the box. So this is why not only changing your weapon, but also changing into a box can be useful, is because it works for some animations and not for others. And Raiden also has this big long string of R1s, where he's got big gaps, where he does this spin animation. It's quite slow, but you can find points that you want to stop slashing, and change into a box and begin slashing again immediately. Now granted, Raiden can just delay tap, which can be quite good, but it's kind of hard to get the rhythm down to make sure the bleed hits. Now considering that Raiden has this long lunge, like the difference in speed is I can't move until he fully hits the ground. So if you were to miss this stab, look how much time there is for someone to CQC you. Like, I can't get away afterwards. But if I miss a stab, I can immediately box. Which means that Raiden takes his biggest weakness and completely negates it. Because you see, I'm missing these stabs, so I can just try again very, very quickly until I get it. There is another form of animation cancelling. If you notice when I'm readying the Missouri, when I have her arm fully raised, I cannot get out of the animation immediately, and I cannot use a box, and I cannot change weapon either. But by doing a punch using R1, you can cancel the animation. And this is one of the techniques which is vital to playing melee really well, because when you're stuck in this animation and recovering, you can't do anything for a very long time. But if you just were to fire the gun and then punch out, you can begin moving immediately. You can also use it to redeploy yourself. So like if you were to be standing here, you start aiming at someone and you see them turn to you, you could use this to try and escape like so. But if you weren't animation cancelling, you'd be stuck in this position like this, unable to move. Like look how long it is before you're able to move. And then by punching out, you can move a lot quicker and escape.